Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Nick Maximchuk, the head football coach at Birch. How are you, Nick?
Doing good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing well. How has the summer been for you guys? And what is this? What is this week looking like for Birch Run football?
Summer's been good. We focus a lot on the weight room. Only a few times where we had some days that were kind of hot, so it only kind of ruined our plans a little bit once or twice. But we're carrying in momentum from the previous seniors that have had led us, and now we're just carrying what we've done this summer at workouts, 7-on-7s, our practices, starting on Monday.
Yeah. So what's the outlook for Birch Run in 2025?
Yeah, our main goal right now, we're new to the MMAC. We have not won a MMAC title. That's one thing we want to do. We want to be MMAC champs. We feel that we've got the talent, that we can do that. So that's our big focus. But we got to outwork our opponents every day. And this conference is really good, top to bottom. We've got a lot of great teams inside this conference, so it's good. It's challenging every week. It's fun, but you gotta be ready to play because like I said, there's some really good football teams in our conference.
All right, now it's time to take a look at some of the players and some of the names that are going to be to watch out for, and some of the returners that Birch Run will have this season.
Yeah, one of the first ones that comes to mind is senior Wyatt Stevens, number 34 running back. He comes to mind first just because he got some time as a freshman. So now he is a senior. He's one of our captains that's going to help lead the way, plays offense and defense. Did some punting duties for us in the past as well. But we also got another captain, Eli Magyar, who saw a great time at defense or in the secondary last year on defense. So it's going to be awesome to see his maturity and growth, not just on the defense side, but on the offensive side. On the offensive line, we got Caleb Miller, one of our captains, only a junior, excellent in regards to playing the offensive line and doing what we want as a leader. And he'll continue to grow as a leader as he, matures and goes through his junior and senior year. Another captain is number 22, Hugh Tanner. Him and Wyatt kind of share that running back duties, but Hugh also plays our tight end position. We call it the Y position. He's very physical. He's a great linebacker. Instinctively, he's one of the best on our teams in reading and going and attacking the football and defense. He does have a roster spot offer from Alma, so that's exciting for him as well. But we got some newcomers. We lost a good amount of seniors last year, but we also have quite a bit of guys returning on the line. Carson Engelbrandt's going to be a junior for us who saw time last year as a sophomore. We're excited to see what him and Caleb, and we're looking at other juniors and some seniors to fill out the rest of the line. And we're excited about our O line, but because that's O line and D line, because that's who wins games. But we've got a lot of guys that have experience, but we also have some newcomers as well. We return Dylan Gilbert, who played some quarterback for us last year as well. He split time with Jaden Huber. Jaden's been playing more wide receiver. We got him and Eli and another be a junior, Miles Minoski. They're all like 6'3" and above. So we can have some height at wide receiver. Dante Hart, number 5. He might be switching numbers this year to 1. I don't know. We'll figure that out on Monday.
Yeah.
But he's another one. We got pretty much our whole secondary back, so that's going to be awesome. We got a lot of good talent returning and a lot of great talent coming up. In our program right now, we also have a freshman team this year with that, along with our JV and varsity. So our program's growing, and a lot of that's due to the work that these seniors did and juniors did and sophomores, and then those classes before them that have been with me have kind of laid that foundation for our number increase. But we got a lot of guys that can perform really really well on Friday night. We just got to outwork our opponents Monday through Thursday to make sure we're set up on Friday night.
Absolutely. All right. Okay. We've talked about a lot of kids. Now let's talk about the upcoming schedule that you guys are having. I know you touched a little bit on this with the conference, but of course, let's start off August 28th, week one at Carrollton. That'll start the season. And then you get into MMAC play with week two, September 5th, home against Montrose, September 12th at Mountain Morris in week three. Week four, September 19th, home against New Lothrop. Week five, September 26th, home against Chesaning. October 3rd at Ovid Elsie. October 10th at Durand. October 17th, home against Lakeville Memorial. And finishing out the regular season, October 24th, home against Ida. So a pretty good schedule. You know how tough this conference is. I know you just mentioned it before, but it's also what's going to be like
Yeah,
what this just kind of preview the schedule. What's it going to be like heading into 2025 for that?
yeah. Starting off against Carlton, they got a new coach. They're going to have a lot of excitement. They're going to be very athletic. So they're gonna present a really big challenge for us right out of the gate. So we got to make sure we prep well for them. We won't have a lot of insight into what they're going to be doing, except for when we exchange scrimmage film. Um, but then we kick off right against one of you know a traditional powerhouse in the greater Flint area for as long as I can remember with Montrose. And we last year against them they out physicaled us, and that's a game that we can kind of circle for us as well. Like we want to perform really well against that team. And then Mount Morris last year, we had quite a bit of turnovers, but give them credit, they created a lot of those turnovers and beat us pretty good on our home field. So we start off the gate right away with two teams that we want to perform really well against and get wins against, and we feel that that's going to be a big motivation for us going into the first 2 weeks of practice. And then, when we kick off our third conference opponent, our week four, that's New Lothrop. And you can just look at the tradition that they've had and what Coach Galvis has done there. And then you got the defending MMAC champs after that with Chesnane. And then you got another really, 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 really good program with Ovid. We got to go on the road to Ovid Elsie. And then Durand is one of the most physical teams that we saw last year. They ran trap the best I've probably ever seen ran by any team in all my years of coaching. So they're going to be really good on the offensive line. They lose a couple skill guys, but they're going to be good. Lakeville's also got a new coach. So you're going to see that excitement in those kids as well. And then ending with Ida, we're going to play at Howell week 9 down there. And there were a great playoff team last year. So we've got a fun, challenging schedule ahead of us. So we got to make sure when we, start on Monday that our focus is to understand our goals, our vision, and how we got to get there. And a lot of it's just going to be, practicing to the best of our ability, making sure we're ready to go for that first Thursday night on the 28th.
Absolutely. All right. Now, what are the next 2 weeks going to look like for this program? Because, of course, when the 11 start, that's when really things are going to get going.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, with the summer rules where we can practice and you get 15 days that you can work with kids and 7-on-7s. Day one doesn't really feel like day ones anymore. It really should almost be like day, 8, 9, where we've been in practice mode. They understand, our format of practicing. We, have been able to get that kind of rhythm going in this summer. So we're going to get into the fundamentals of what we want to do offensively and defensively. We brought in some new staff with Justin Price coming over from he was at Chestnut last year. He's going to be helping and calling offense with Coach Tyler Perriard for us. We also got brought up some new coaches for freshmen. So we brought some middle school guys as well. And then we had a new JV head coach with Coach Joe Pagel. So it's going to be a lot of, film work, class work that first few weeks, along with, you know, executing what we taught in the classroom, chalk talk onto that practice field. So, it's going to be fun for us the first few, obviously the weeks or days leading up to the scrimmage. But fortunately for us, we've had some of that, time to get really good at it over the summer. No, I'm not really good at it, but understand that we still got to get really good at it. Understand kind of the flow of practice this summer and kind of what we're trying to do uh, with new wrinkles on offense and then defense as well.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Nick, thanks so much for the time as always, and best of luck to you guys this year.
Thanks. Appreciate it.